No.
All right. Here are the two problems that we have for a homework quiz for today. The first one says negative 12 plus 18. The different way, we talked a few ways about how to do this. One way is to create a number line. And if we did that with this first one, we'd start off at negative 12. And then by adding 18, which way would we go on the number line?
Right.
To the right. We're getting bigger by adding a positive number. Okay? Does that mean we're going to get all the way to 0 if we're adding 18 to that negative 12? We're going to get to 0, or we're going to go beyond it? Yeah, we're going to go a few units beyond. In fact, we would go 6 more places beyond 0, and our answer should be 6. Okay? Now, the other way that we talked about doing this problem is when the signs are different and we're adding, we find the difference of the two numbers. So what's the difference between 18 and 12? And difference just means subtraction. So the difference is 6. Then we keep the sign of the number that has the greatest absolute value. Okay? So we look at this. This has an absolute value. The negative has an absolute value of 12. The positive has an absolute value of 18. Because 18 is greater than 12, we keep that value. And that's probably the easiest way to do it, as long as we truly understand what absolute value is. And that's distance away from 0. And that's really why, well, not what, the only reason why, but a main reason why we need to understand what absolute value is. Just by looking at these two numbers, we should be able to determine this answer has to be positive. Okay? Now, our second problem right here, and we're going to be actually talking about subtraction today, and we're going to be and if you watched your video last night, you should know that subtracting a positive number is the exact same thing as adding a negative number. So if you watched your video and learned from that, you just learned that all we have to do is just subtract 23 from 74 on this problem. Now, if we look at a number line, we'd start at 74, and we'd back up to the left 23 spots, which is the same thing as what you do if you just subtracted a number. So today we're going to talk about and review a little bit how whether we subtract a positive number or add a negative number, they do or accomplish the same thing. Okay? So when we look at this, we're going to have a total of 51 backing up. And just going back to the first model that I talked about, if we find the difference between these two numbers, it is still 51, and then we keep the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. And again, this plus 74 has the greatest absolute value, so our answer has to be positive. All right? So 2 points today on that homework quiz. 6, the answer for the first one is 6. The answer for the second one is 51. We'll have this video up on my web page today if you want to go back and review adding of integers.